Hey guys, Johnny B here. I'm bringing you episode number 1s where I commemorate the songs atop the Billboard Hot 100, the Billboard Hot 100 Airplay, the Radio and Records chart, and the Billboard Top 40 Mainstream chart. And we're just trucking along in the 90s, and we have arrived at Alanis Morissette and Head Over Feet. Now, this was a number 1 hit on the Top 40 Mainstream chart and the Radio and Records chart, and it was an airplay only single, so it wasn't eligible for the Billboard Hot 100. And once again, it's proof that some of the biggest songs were not on the Hot 100 because this was a pretty big radio hit. And of course, this was featured off of her amazing album, Jagged Little Pill, which I have shown to you many times that I own because it's my first CD and I absolutely love it. And of course, I got the vinyl copy as well. And because I bought this CD in the summer of 1996, this was arguably the first song I knew from the album before it was released as a single. So it was the first album track I knew before it was actually released as a single. So I guess I kind of feel a little proud about that because Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill is my first album, and also Head Over Feet was the first single I ever heard from an album before it was actually a single, or at least I was conscious of that because I'm pretty sure some of my mother's CDs that she owned, or some of my brother's CDs that he owned, I probably listened to a song before it became a hit on the radio then, but this is the one that I could confirm certainly had that distinction. And I will say this, even though Head Over Feet isn't my ultimate favorite Alanis Morissette song, I love it. I do. Because I do think it's kind of a little more of a slower pace, and sometimes, I've heard it a lot, and it just doesn't really get me going like You Learn would. But nonetheless, I just love how snarky she is on the song. I mean, especially when she just says, "I couldn't help it. It's all your fault." I just love her being that direct. That's just everything I like about Jagged Little Pill. I love the directness and the assertiveness on it. It's just great. And I also thought it was kind of interesting that this was one of the first songs to feature the phrase friends with benefits. So it's kind of a little risque back then if you think about it, because you just didn't really hear that term quite often on a pop song, but Alanis Morissette certainly did bring that to the table. And also the music video I think was very underwhelming because it was just a close-up of her face, and it was taken in only one shot. And I think actually it had this distinction of being one of the few videos that was just filmed in one shot altogether, because there were a lot of videos like Janet Jackson's When I Think of You, or Sinead O'Connor's Nothing Compares to You. People assume that those videos were shot in one take, but actually they weren't. But Alanis Morissette's Head Over Feet actually was. So it's kind of distinctive that way, even if it's kind of a boring video. Well, anyway, that was Alanis Morissette with Head Over Feet. I look forward to bringing her episode number 1s. I'm Johnny B, and I'm out.